the guy, Brian Kelly. And I guess Notre Dame opened up, too, and they hired their defensive coordinator. I find it interesting that Notre Dame, like all their assistants, were like, we're staying. And a lot of stories came out.
Very telling of that situation.
Yeah.
Very telling.
Like, this whole move, like,
which I think LSU, I'm just going to go cut to the chase. LSU, I think, took a dump on this one.
So you want to get their grade out of the way first?
I'm giving them a D.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're paying Orgeron $17 million to stay home.
Yeah.
And you get a guy like Kelly who did what he did at Notre Dame. Okay, great.
And he was like,
what?
10 years.
Yeah. What is he going to do at LSU that you think is going to fix your quote unquote problem that you have there? I mean, because
it's crazy.
2019, you're the best team in college football.
Crazy how you say like their problem. Like 2 years ago,
right?
They were the national champion.
Yeah.
Now they fired a coach, and they had to go.
Yeah.
Hire Brian Kelly, who now, again, you hire him. All these stories come out again, like you said. Yeah. All his assistants are like, no, we're staying here.
And that's kind of like, you know, you go through and okay, I don't think it's necessarily the wins and losses, because I said a couple weeks ago when LSU played Alabama, they took them to they had them up against the ropes.
Yeah.
What do you look like as the administration at LSU had he pulled that off? You've already agreed to pay this guy $17 million to leave, and he almost beat Alabama. What more do you want the guy to do on the field? So I think his off-the-field transgressions did not make a case for him to stay. So with that, you bring in a guy now who doesn't even know where the bathroom is yet at LSU, and he's already got questions about his character, essentially, and how he handles himself and conducts himself.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you looking for? Tigers? You know, I mean.
Yeah, and there was a story, I forget, maybe it was Cincinnati, maybe it was wherever he was before Cincinnati, but it was, I guess, Matt LaFleur, so the Packers head coach, and Robert Saleh, the 49ers head coach, were like GAs on the staff. Right, so Brian Kelly invites him over to the Christmas party, right?
Yeah.
Right, they're on the staff, they're grad assistants, but like, all right, they're trying to break in the door. I guess they show up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're just here to park cars and like clean up." That's a story that came out from him. Granted, it was however long ago, but again, you get that, you get the assistants now with like Freeman. I think Freeman, who's the new Notre Dame head coach, I think he was a Notre Dame guy. Mm-hmm. I think he played at Notre Dame. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about Freeman.
Tommy Rees was the offensive coordinator.
Right.
He it seems like he graduated 3 years ago.
I think so.
Right. They're Notre Dame guys, but again, if you think it's a step up, like you're gonna go with them. So the fact that he couldn't get a single assistant to like go with him to LSU.
Yeah, but I think if he handled his business a little better, you might have gotten those guys. But again, I don't know. You don't know how he treated these guys day in, day out. And ultimately, a guy like Tommy Rees, Notre Dame's home.
Yeah.
I mean, you really need a big monster deal to leave home.
Tommy Rees probably ain't paying for much in South Bend. No. I feel like he was definitely a quarterback when they made it to like they've been in the college football playoff. I feel like he was probably the quarterback.
Yeah, he's got a South Bend Chevy deal somewhere, I think.
Yeah. Here's my issue and what I wanted to bring up.
Go ahead.
Like, right, I feel like Brian Kelly, right? You could kind of sniff a bullshitter out, right? A lot of people. So on top of all the stories that are coming out, your assistant's not following you, not a single one. You get to LSU, right? You do a press conference. You're Brian Kelly. I think it might have been the first day he was there.
Okay.
I'm going to play a clip from the press conference. All right? Take note of the sound if this loads up. Oh, we're going to get an ad. I'm going to turn that down. We don't want to hear the ad. YouTube.
No free advertisements on this.
I don't have that YouTube Red stuff. You know what I mean? This is just the free basic. I'm listening to the ads. I ain't paying for that. Brian Kelly, maybe. He's there. He's on the screen. Hold on.
We sound like we're.
This team at Notre Dame is an outstanding football team.
He's in front of
and
an
they
LSU
deserve to be
banner.
in the playoffs.
All right.
And
Sounds like
we're
a-
not going to be coaching
Okay.
them.
So you got-
Shut your
it's
mouth
never
so I can
easy
listen to
when you
'em.
leave. We did our best. I wanted to get in front of them, and I
Okay.
was fortunate that I had that opportunity.
Is he saying he got in front of him? I thought he left him a note. I thought he pulled a Bobby Petrino, just left him a note.
He sent a couple guys text messages out on the road
Great.
recruiting.
So right then and there. Okay, so this is maybe 2 days later. He's at an LSU basketball game, really trying to rally the troops. Gonna try. Hopefully, we don't get another ad here. I'll let you know.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, this is a great way to get started. And I haven't even won all my games yet. It's a great night to be a Tiger. I'm here with my family, and we are so excited to be in the great state of Louisiana, but more importantly, to be with you great fans.
Okay.
And to be part of...
I don't really care about what he's saying.
Okay.
Can you really develop, do you start developing a little southern twang in 2 days?
Well, Hoop, I was down in Alabama for 3 or 4, and I did not come back with an accent. So.
I mean, right then and there, it's like, all right, I'm going to play it's fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, I know now I'm going to Louisiana households, trying to, that's going to be a big recruiting thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't really need to go, I don't really need to go too far out of here. I'm going to the South. So I need to be like them. Well, Bud, we know you're not.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 years from now,
Right.
naturally, a year from now, 2 years from now, when you, that's the normal conversation. But that's just fake.
Yeah, be authentic, man.
That's
be
just you being,
Be you.
So, for 10 years, I was indifferent to Brian Kelly. Oh, man, he's doing a great job at Notre Dame. It's tough. Their academics are tough. They're not getting the cream of the crop because their their academic standards are so tough to get into. But now, since he left, now I just think the guy's kind of a snake oil salesman, kind of a.
Yeah, I mean, right now all eyes are on LSU because, naturally you got to see what happens in their own program. But what happens to Notre Dame now?
Who?
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of egg on your face if your program goes downhill and the other one that he just left goes through the roof, or starts to succeed or doesn't fall off at least.
I was rooting hard for some type of, all-out chaos in the championship games because I wanted Notre Dame in the playoff. And if they made the playoff, I would have been rooting for them to win it.
Right.
I would have been.
Based on that storyline alone.
Yes,
Yeah.
just based on that.
Right.
Because now I think Brian Kelly's kind of a scumbag. You know what I mean? I just think he's just an ingenuous.
Yes. I would not argue with you there.
Yeah.